everybody. Welcome back to the Life Money Balance podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Preston Cherry, where we talk about letting your life lead your money, not your money lead your life, where your life and money are working concurrently to help you create and achieve your life's design. And we call that living aspirationally. Let's chop it up. Yes, we have another special guest in the house. It happens to be another member of my family. Oh my goodness. I told you we're gonna keep it real on the show. And we wanted real people talking about real things. And we had my parents on a couple of episodes ago, and talking about money within your family and across your family is very important. And we talk about early money memories, and who better to share that with the people that you grew up with. So the special guest today is my sister, my road dog, as my grandpa used to say, my road dog, Jennifer Gloria. How are you doing today, sis?
I'm well. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Oh man, I'm doing. We're gonna chop it up. She trying to be formal today, but we're gonna chop it up today. I want to tell you a little bit about my sister. I'm so proud of her. We're only a couple of years apart in age. So intricate in the success in my life, and when I talk about success, because we're both successful, we're talking about how we have developed as human beings, right? Isn't that right, sis? I mean, as far as
Oh
our
yeah, for sure.
relationship is concerned.
hmm
And we, when we grew up together, we needed each other to develop, through childhood, through early adulthood, and now that's how special our relationship is. And
Very.
my sister, we're going to talk about, the show today is about hobbies to hustle. And what that is uh, taking what was inside of you as being a creative or whatever is special inside of you, and turning that into a hustle in order to be a potential entrepreneur 100% of the time, or
Mm.
or attaching that to a job that you may have out in the world. And my sister has, she was a thriving, I guess they're still called executive assistants, but I'm telling you, they're a powerhouse executive assistant for 20 years, right, sis? 20 years for
Yeah,
oil
20
and
years.
gas.
Oil and gas.
Oh, oil
hmm
and gas, high powered executive. Oh my goodness. I mean, you did everything. So tell us a little bit about that, because you were so successful in that endeavor, and you did so much. So tell us a little bit how you were so successful in that role. How did you get there, and all the things that you did in that role for so many years?
Yeah, well, this was a fun thing for me. As you know, I started right out of high school. I started working for this company, and it was very difficult to try to keep up with the pace that it was at. But I knew I had to really get to the point where I could set my own goals and make my own achievements, and that's what I did. It's really this executive position is really about people, making sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing with the different executives. Each person is different um, goals in their own career. So it was my goal to make sure that each of them had what they needed to be successful in what they were doing, which was very difficult for me with three different people doing three different things. Keeping up with it, it was a challenge, but it was something that I loved to do because the outcome was so great. It was so great to see them meet their goals, which helped me see that I did what I was supposed to do to help them. So it worked out good.
So
Yeah.
people, so unpack that a little bit, which was you for you connected with people, you connect with people very well. So did that give you a sense of fulfillment in order to listen to people and connect with what they wanted to?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you said this because as we know, how we were raised. You talk to the janitor just like you talk to the CEO. Everyone is equal on the same level. So being able to talk to different people at different aspects, different nationalities, it was encouraging to finally see everyone on the same page.
Mhm.
You got your CEO and your different people and everyone, but when they all got together and they were all on one level, and I know that I was able to help them all communicate in one way, it was very rewarding. It was difficult to try to. I'm trying to get it to the point where I can make it understandable. They all needed different things,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was my role to ensure
Mm-hmm.
they could all get what they needed simultaneously. This is a challenge more than a challenge. It's I want to say, like you said, it's almost impossible to do this. It's so hard to come to work every day and please everyone because it's not something that's done. You can't please everyone, but really in that admin role and that executive role as an executive assistant, it really was my passion to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that they all were okay. If that makes sense,
No, it makes sense.
that was the goal.
Hmm. I think that's something that I've seen in you for such a long time, and that's something that you've claimed right now, which is connecting with people and understanding people, and then
Mhm.
listening, having the intention to understand who they are, valuing who they are, um,
Right.
uh, hearing them, creating a sense of belonging for them, and then delivering on what is asked. And then you've
Yes.
carried that for a very long time. Why is that so
Yeah.
important to you?
You said it yourself, doing what's asked of you. Jennifer, I need you to do A, B, and C. Okay, well, that is my truly what I want to provide for you in the best way possible. When someone asks you to do something, they need it. It's something that they need, that they have a vision that they want to do, and for me to do my part,
Mm-hmm.
it helps them stay on their vision.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't waver away. You asked me for ABC. I don't want to give you EFG. I want to give you I want to give you what you need, and that it's a process for me because like you said, each person is different. This person might need this person might need this. So it's very important for me when I'm asked of something, and we were little, they told us, hey, look, when I ask you to do something,
Yeah.
you get it, you do it. And it stuck with me, and it became my everyday thing. They asked me to do something, and I want to make sure I got it done.
Right.
And they're all different people.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. So now I want to flip that around because it's going to lead into the story about later. So you valued others because that was internal to you, and you
yeah,
stayed at one firm for a long time. So it was important to you to value here others, make sure they were belonged, and creating that environment for respecting culture, right? And for others. Now, you had a place for a long time where you were valued for a long
yeah.
time, and you had a sense of belonging, and that's why you stayed for a long time. So how did that feel to have a place of belonging and value for such a long time?
Um, it was a blessing, truly. They like you said, they did value me, and it was a great opportunity for me. And as everyone, they change jobs for 10 cents, 20 cents. I'm jumping ship, I'm jumping ship. No, that 20-year span in one place to be appreciated and to have that stability, and especially in the oil and gas industry, I saw people come and go. We were up and down, up and down. But to have that comfort and to know I could be there and I could stay. And they did value my work. And, they did remember I did give them ABC. I gave them that stuff. So they remember, hey, Jennifer can get it done. We're going to keep her. And it was really a mutual thing. They appreciated me and I appreciated them. So it was something that was truly a blessing to be able to be at the same position in this industry, in that industry, oil and gas for 20 years. It's unheard of.
Right, right. So
Yeah.
so you had a sense of alignment is what I heard. So what you was innate
Yeah.
in you, it was returned to you, and you had a sense of alignment. So that a sense of culture, and it was
Yeah.
a place of being, and it seemed like it was working out for a while.
Yeah, it did. Like back and forth, like you said, they gave and I gave, and I did feel whole at that point.
Yeah,
Getting into the last 5 years, it was a little struggle because you are doing the same thing. Once you get really good at something, you peak. I
right,
mean, you peak, and we're not stay people. We
right.
want to keep going. What can I do? I'm too young to let my mind just mellow out. But for that time that I was there, yes, it was a sense of belonging. It was a sense of comfort and knowing the same people and being able to do it to the point where it got easy
Uh-huh.
and comfortable, and just you went to work, it was just fun. So it was a sense of belonging.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
so see now we got a perfect pivot right there.
Yeah.
So you had
Yeah.
wholeness, you had a sense
Yeah.
of belonging, all right, and everything was working out. You said you peaked, and now when we're talking about aspiration and having an audit of yourself and your family and your life, and I remember
Mm,
you asked yourself, what's next for Jennifer Gloria and the Gloria family, right? And
yeah.
what was that timing in your life to reach down and ask yourself those questions after all that time?
COVID, honestly, being able to, we're always at home. We're chopping it up, we're hanging out, we're doing our thing. But being at home with COVID, seeing Madison be home, I had to work at home.
Hmm.
They let us work at home. And I was able to do my things that I want to do, something for Jennifer, which is my crafting and my things like that. And I got to do it every day. I got to work and have that free time in front of I call it my lab, my place where I can work and,
Yeah.
be and do something that was put a smile on my face. And then I realized that after so long that this is what I want to do. I enjoy this. This brings me happiness. This brings me joy. Madison would come down and help me and do these things in the lab. And I realized that I had peaked at that place.
Hmm.
I think I've met my goal there. I think I've helped everyone I could help there. And I wanted to branch off and do something else.
Hmm.
And I was doing it simultaneously. I was working and doing my passion. And eventually the passion just kind of took over. And I
Hmm.
was like, you know what? I want to go back to this. Or I want to start this. I want to do this.
Okay. All right. So we got a couple of
Yeah.
things to unpack before we take that
Yeah.
story a little longer. So this is
Yes.
good stuff. This is good stuff. So first
Yeah.
of all, let's shout out to the fam. So first of all, who's the fam?
Okay, I've been married to Brian Gloria for 16 years. We've been together for 20 years, and we have a 14-year-old daughter, your niece. She is an uncle's girl for sure. She's 14, and just an amazing, wonderful young lady. Just love her to death. She's just wonderful. And Brian and I have been together. We were kind of high school sweethearts, so it's a friendship. I love being with him. We spend time together all the time, and we're always with our family, as you know, hanging out with our mom and dad. And when you come into town, it's wonderful. So that's my life is
Mm.
family.
So that was a
Yeah,
conversation. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Maddie May.
for sure.
So that was a conversation as well about when you were talking about. You said I wanted to have a conversation within myself. Jennifer and her
Yes,
aspirations, and then of course, now that's why we shot it out to the fam. You had to have a household conversation about that transition,
yes,
right? And that exploration.
right.
So, now, not without revealing any private details, but still, how did that go about? You still had to talk to the family about
Yeah,
transition, about life, and how that money was going to go. So,
right, exactly.
we talk about
Yes,
life, money, balance. And we talk about,
yes,
hey, we talk
yay,
about you talking about, hey, we had a steady job, and then we're going to
yeah,
have to say, hey, what we're going to do next as far as job, and also
yes.
how we're going to explore having this hobby into hustle.
That's right. So this hustle, this hobby, I could say it became more than a hustle. But speaking it to Madison and Ryan it was going to be an adjustment because I was there for 20 years and I was comfortable. I was
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
I knew on the first and the 15th what was going to be going on. I was okay. Speaking with them it was a little difficult at first for me because we were so comfortable. We had that balance. We were good. But to talk to Madison, or first to Ryan, and ask him, hey, I want to do this, and it's going to affect us like this. And when you sit there and you say it, oh, that's great, that's what I want to do. When you see it on paper, you're like, oh, can we
Right,
do
right, right,
this?
right.
That's where your faith comes in. But no, that's something else. But and then talking to Madison and explaining to her, hey, like you can't be having the GI Joe with the kung fu grip. No, we got to make it work. We got to make it work. You can only get one. Of this, or it's gonna affect you
Hmm.
because she is an only child, and she's not spoiled, but she's comfortable.
Hmm.
She's good. She can get two pairs of shoes or this or whatever she needs. But me making that adjustment would very much affect the family.
Hmm.
So yeah, we had that conversation as a family, and they were. I got the thumbs
Right,
up,
right,
which was
right,
great.
right,
Very supportive.
right.
Um, Ryan was very supportive. To have that in your spouse, somebody that can say, "Hey, I know it's going to be a big gap, but we'll figure it out."
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, look, I'm gonna hustle. I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna do as much as I can
Uh-huh.
to make it be more balanced. So we
Wow.
were good.
Wow. There was so much there, sis. I mean, as far as what unpacking there that is going to resonate with so many people, because in order to
Yeah.
have a conversation with self, to have that aspiration and say, okay, I want to be
Mm,
more fulfilled. I mean, that's the first step, right? It's like, okay, what I want to do
yeah.
next, and think boldly and give yourself permission
Yeah.
to do those things. And you did.
Mm,
All right. That takes
yeah.
courage to do certain things like you did. All right. And
Mm,
take action on it, process those things. So all of what you did
yeah.
was courageous and bold, and took faith, like you said,
Mm,
and take steps on that. Then also too, to have those
mm,
conversations with your family, have support,
yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And then map that out of how
Yeah.
that's going to affect the family,
That's
and
right.
then have that
Yeah.
support. And because those
Hmm.
conversations are key, and without that, then the family may not be able to make that move, or an individual
Right.
may not
And
make that
I
growth.
wouldn't have. Right. I wouldn't have. If Ryan would have said, "Hey, you got to stay there another couple of years, and let's do it this way." We're a unit.
Hmm.
We're a unit. We're a group. So no, it's not a unit. We're intertwined.
Hmm.
It's a bond.
Hmm.
So if he would have said, Jen, you got to do it for another couple of years, and let's see where we are in 2 years. I mean, it would have been what it was. I mean,
Right.
I still would have done it on the side, but I wouldn't have made that leap without that. It's not even permission; it's just an agreement, that we come to. I would have stayed.
Right, right. But those,
Um,
yes, it's fabulous that you all had the money conversations and the life conversations in the household. So
mm,
kudos to y'all having
yeah,
that healthy dialogue for those next movements. So you can, yeah, and
yes,
it unlocked the opportunity for you all to have, because those conversations, they weren't all rosy, you know, but but
no, no,
but they
hey,
they allowed for the process and the journey to commence, and look where you are now,
yeah,
which is
for
fabulous.
sure, for
So
sure.
and we're going to come back to some having some money dialogue with the young ones, and how that's had an influence on Madison as a teenager. So like you said, it's more than a hustle, because you have a business. All right. Like Jay said, like Jay-Z said, he said, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. And you're a
That's
business
right.
woman. You're a business woman, you know? So
I
let's
am.
talk about the hobby of it. So let's throw back. I tell people all the time about the puff paint back in the day on the wall,
Yes, on the
on the
door. That's
doors and
right.
stuff like that, and everything like that. So tell me,
I got in trouble for that.
yeah,
I got in
right,
trouble.
right, right. So let's, because it is a passion. So your craftiness, your creativity, so where do you remember about that? 'Cause there's so many stories. I mean, so where did that come from? All this creativity and everything
Yeah.
like that. So
Well, first, we do shout out. Shout out to my mom, Carla Cherry, because for sure she let me be creative, because I did get in trouble for putting that puppet on the door, but she got me other things. She got me some canvases, she got me some different papers. She said, "Don't be doing it on the walls no
right.
more, but here's what you need to do it the correct way." So that was great to have that support at a young age. And I was always pulling something down and making something, or I sold jewelry. I made little bead jewelry, or I made bracelets for a while when I was a kid. I was always crafty, but I wanted to. There's a difference between being crafty and creating. I like to create. I like to sit in the lab and get on the computer and make a mock up and then make it real.
Mhm.
I want to see it come to life, just like in my job. Got what they needed, but I got to see it come to life when I did what I needed to do. So I feel like I'm more of a creator.
Mhm.
Um, it's fun to do it, and it is a passion in my heart. And that's why I said, I know I'm jumping ahead, but my business is Freely Focused, because I'm freely focused on whatever I'm doing. So I can't say I'm just a photographer, I'm just a mum maker, or one thing. I'm focused on whatever I'm doing to make it the best it can be,
Mhm.
including me.
Mhm.
I'm always trying to improve myself as well.
Oh yeah, you said
So
a lot there, Jen. So And it's Jennifer for all you folks. Well, you have a nickname Jin Jin. Yeah, that's my name. That's
No.
my name. That's a household name for
Oh
everybody.
yeah, you will get
Yeah,
stared
yeah.
at.
Don't be out there calling it this woman Jin Jin out in public. It's Jennifer. But anyway,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
it is Jennifer, whole name. You got to say the whole thing.
Yeah.
But
Right. Yeah. Cut it
but you
short.
said you said a couple of things there, which was you were empowered as a youth in order to express your creativity by mom, and then also too you were encouraged
Yeah.
with your tenacity to sell. Because I remember pops encouraged you to go out and sell those goods, for your candies and everything like that.
Oh
Remember
man.
that?
Yeah, I used to. Yeah, I used to sell my Easter eggs. We used to get a lot of eggs. Mom did a lot of stuff for us, and I used to put the stuff in the eggs and sell them at the school. And they were like, "Hey, it's becoming a distraction. You can't sell these at during
Yeah.
class." I said, "No problem." So I sold them at
Right,
recess,
right.
and Pop, he was like, "Hey, she making good money. Leave that kid
Right,
alone." He was like, "As long as you ain't disrupting no class, hey, do your
right,
schoolwork.
right.
Do your
Get your
schoolwork.
schoolwork done, but
Your grades are good, but if you had recess, you had
right.
recess." Pop was like, "Hey, bring that
That's right.
money home."
That's
So,
right. So you were encouraged by both parents, right?
oh yeah, for
Creativity
sure,
and
yeah,
business, right? Look,
yeah. Oh yeah, and in different ways. Mom was more. She let me do my creative thing. Dad was like, "Hey, don't be putting that on the walls. Don't be doing none of that stuff." Mom did my creative and my business aspect. Dad was like, "Hey, if them kids are gonna give you that dollar, you take that dollar and you make it work."
right, right,
So
right,
it was cool to have both.
right.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
your business, right? So it started off.
Mhm.
So how is that coming along? I mean, to see the development of Freely Focused. So you came up with the with the name, and you've developed it. Now, some people go into entrepreneurship all on their own, and that's all they do. But you've
Mhm.
seemed to come up with a good blend of complementing the two, of having a like I say, quote unquote, a paycheck job, a W-2 job, but also having a business that's in the growth mode. So, um,
Yeah.
how is that being a business owner and having those growth challenges, but also that growth excitement too? How is all that? How's it been being a business owner?
As you can see from the smile, it's amazing. But like you said, it starts somewhere. So as a family, we remember we were designing the Freely Focused logo. We were going back and forth. What are we going to do with this Freely Focused? And it started more with photography. And then I started after COVID, people were home, and I started doing other things and making the bling cups and my mums and the popcorn bowls with chip bowls for Preston. He don't do popcorn, so chip bowls and things like that. And it became a point where I was seeing that account grow a little bit, and I was like, you know what? I can do this. People like what I do. I can do this. So it wasn't really the money side of it. For me, it was the creative side of
Mhm.
it. But when the money started creeping in, I was like, this might work out as a balance. I can do both. I can be creative and make some money. So it's been a great journey. It was totally a leap to try to do it. But I can truly say, like you said, I'm a businesswoman. I have business cards. I have my lab downstairs. I actually run that business while doing my W-2 job. Could I do it full time right now? No. I got to have that job where I go to 9 to 5. And actually, I love my new adventure, my new job. We'll talk about that later. But to have two things and you can see two different incomes of two different sides of your life, it's wonderful. I love my my new one. I love that. But I also get to be creative too. And I get to see the fruits of both
Mhm.
labors. So it's great for me right now. I'm living my life right now.
Living your life, living
Yeah,
aspirationally,
yeah,
folks, living
yeah,
aspirationally, right?
yeah.
So, see,
See,
and see, I like what you
yeah,
said too. Is using both of your passions, Jennifer.
hmm
So, but both of your passions. So we're coming full circle here. Is so you mentioned the word job in W-2, which is fine because I think that folks that they seem to poo poo either entrepreneurship or W-2 and all this. It's like, listen,
yeah,
whatever makes it work for you, to accomplish your
yeah,
goals in life, and you have a sense of fulfillment, wholeness, right? And you're accomplishing your goals,
hmm
make that work. So when we were
yeah,
talking earlier, you're using your gifts at your career, because so let's talk about that a little bit. When you pressed hard in order to find somewhere where you can transfer the gifts that you were enjoying at your first W-2 endeavor to what you're doing now.
Yeah.
So talk about that a little bit, because you're at a good environment, a good culture now.
Oh man, this was a total leap of faith. Again, we had that financial conversation again about something else I was going to do because, like I said, at my previous job, we were comfortable, and I got to the point where I wasn't happy. So it was time to do something else. And I prayed about it, really thought about it, and I found a venture in the school district as an admin there. I'm at the local school district, and for them to appreciate what I've done these past years at my previous position. And now I'm in an environment where I'm happy at work and I get to be creative and I get to do my financial thinking because a lot of my other job was a lot of contracts and things like that. So I just got to do it in a different environment. So now I went from oil and gas into the school district. I get to be with people. I get to be creative in that way. So that's good. It helps me tremendously to focus on that W-2 job, but now it's become more than that. I think that's going to become a career. I like doing that. I'll probably retire here. As long as I'm happy in the school district, I absolutely love the school district. So I'll do that. And then I get to do my side hustle too. Now I'm not going to mix the two. I don't want to sell it to the school or whatever like that. That's my job. And then when I come home, I get to do my other thing. So it's working out great right now. It really is.
Right. So when you have people, you do your numbers, your creativity, and your
Yeah.
people passion. At your, I would even call it that, because it's a career, because you're transferring at your W-2, because you're transferring your gifts to your other place, right?
And that was an interview question. Yeah, it was an interview question. He asked me, how do you feel about people?
Mhm.
Are you into people? This is perfect for me. I love people. I love being able to provide what they need. So yeah, it was a great transition.
Right. So you
Yeah.
found another place of belonging. So that's very important, because for people that don't belong in their place, their W-2 place, then yes, go find
Yeah.
somewhere else. But you found that
Yeah.
you transferred your gifts and your passion and found another place of belonging so you can enjoy. And you said it yourself. You said you enjoy what you're doing, and
Yeah.
then
And I did for so long. You said that your passion and felt to belong. Remember, we talked previously that I felt belonged at my original
yep.
position. I did that. I wanted to be there. But when you get to the point where, and not only internally, you feel that I need to grow more
Yeah.
and I can do this at a different aspect. So for me to be the age that I am, I ain't gonna share the age that I am, being the age that I am, and to start a whole new career was very, very tenacious.
Mhm.
I mean, it was for me. It was like, can I do this? Can I leave this stable environment where I know that I can continue making this and be comfortable, or should I jump into this leap of faith and go do this and still do what I want to do, but not financially be
Right.
there? And I did it,
Right. You did. You
and
sure
it
did.
was it was it was a
You
jump.
sure did. So and now that Hustle is a thriving business. So tell us a little bit about Freely Focused. So
Okay,
let's say a little about what you're doing there and what you're producing, because oh man, you have some things going on in Freely Focused. Tell us a little about that.
so freely focused. Like I said, I'm focused on whatever I'm doing. I do everything from bling cups to bling tennis shoes. I make mums. I make etched glasses. I do personalized for parties. I do boxes and some. I'm just starting to get into jewelry.
Okay.
I'm very excited about that. Jewelry is going to be coming out soon, different earrings and things like that. But it's really whatever the client needs. I get people that hit me up on Nextdoor. They hit me up on Facebook. They're like, Jennifer, I need this, or I need a bridal shower gift, or I need some photography done. I have a neighbor that I've known for, well, we know Chandler. She was our flower girl. And now she's turning 21. I'm about to do her senior pictures. So people keep me in mind, and it's really just word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really do a lot of advertising on my Facebook page. I just post. Everyone keeps telling me, get a website, get a website, get a website. But I don't want to get to the point where I grow, where I lose my smile. I lose my passion.
Yeah.
I don't want to get to the point where I'm overwhelmed and then it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true, but I think you're not gonna be able to keep that in the box. I don't.
I don't think
I
so.
don't, I don't think you.
I'm chomping at the
Yeah,
bit.
because you have a Facebook page, so people find you at Facebook and Freely Focus, right? I don't think you'll be able to hold that, sis. I mean, because
Yeah, I want to say no, but like I said, that account keeps growing,
right.
so
And
I
people
might go
keep
ahead and have to
finding you
take that leap
too.
of faith to get
Look,
in.
before we get out of here, uh, what effect has this had on, or is this having on your relationship with Madison? You know, having her see how
Oh,
you have had this transition, made this transition in life, and also experiencing this the business end, not only just the aspirationally and having the courage to do what you're doing,
mm,
but also having these
yeah.
business conversations and money conversations as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. Um, you know me. You know we
Yeah,
good. Number one thing is I'm a mom. I'm a mom and I'm a
yep.
wife. Before all of this, know that that's my life. My passion is to be a mom and a wife, and to spend time with Madison and have her come into the lab, and I can explain to her this ribbon. Hey, this is this, and we charge this because of the labor and the work that we're putting into, and for her to understand it. And then she started to knit. I don't know how to knit. She found it and knows how to knit, and she sold her own things to her friends. She made one and went to school, and this girl was like, "I want one of these. Can you make me one?" She came home. She asked me, "Mama, how much is the? Can I get the yarn and get it done and get it, figured it out?" And she made it, and now she's taking it to a whole new level. She got money. She collected the money. She collected a deposit. I was so proud of her. She collected a deposit, made the thing, and gave it to the girl at school. And she told me, she said, "Mom, thank you for that help and that finance, learning, understanding what to charge and how to do it." So, to empower the next generation to do their thing, not only creatively but financially too. Uh, it's awesome to see her drive like that for
Oh,
sure,
that's what's up. That's
for
what's
sure.
up. Well,
Yeah.
sis, I've enjoyed this so much. We've had this in the works for a minute, and I told you we were going to chop it up.
Yes. I know it's been nice. It's been real
Well, I
nice.
appreciate you. I
I love it.
appreciate you. I love you too. All right.
Yeah.
That'll
Love
work.
you
That'll
too.
work. All right, everybody. That's my special guest, my sister. We've been rolling for a long time. Jennifer Gloria and her family, Ryan, and my niece, her husband Ryan, and my niece Madison Gloria. Until next time, we're chopping it up here at Life Money Balance. If you like what you heard, please listen, share, subscribe across all of your listening channels, including YouTube. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.